What's the name, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with the multiplayer podcast. Actually, I was gonna wait. I thought Nintendo's presentation was at 8 o'clock Eastern. I guess Nintendo's trying to look at they were all for the mature and adult game. I am a mature gamer. It's at 11 p.m. Eastern in Jersey, 8 o'clock on the West Coast, which is like I don't know what the fuck's going on, but so won't be doing that. But anyway, so a few things that came out this week. We have anybody new here? No, same cast. K Mega's not here. He's out there hunting Bigfoot in Oklahoma. And I don't know what the fuck B Shadow is, but we have the usual suspects on the show. First tackle, that's a tackle, but Scalebound got canceled, right? And Sony fans were jumping up and down. Everybody that stole my name, calling my man Phil the Axeman Spencer. I had closed the studios and actually, so today came out and Sony poses, what's this, Gorilla something, London? Gorilla something. But anyway, there's no secret that PSVR has been selling like shit and so it's the software. So Sony closed the goddamn studio. But what I've noticed is not the same amount of backlash, that when Microsoft does. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to get you guys' opinion. What do you think? Are you upset? D, I'll start with you, D. You're the only one here that has the PlayStation VR.
Yeah, it's kind of strange that they canned that studio because they actually did a really good job with that Riggs game. It's one of the better VR games. It was done well. It's fun.
So what kind of style is the game? What is it?
It's like it's like you're in a mech, right? So it's kind of like a tag kind of game where you gotta score within the cylinder, and it's different, right? But
So
it's
like
you can shoot. It's hard to describe it. It's mech based, but it's fun. It's like an esports kind of game.
All right.
And the graphics look good, and it actually had pro support. So on the pro, it actually looked better and performed better. So it is kind of surprising, but I think maybe there's not as much outrage because it was only part of the studio that was closed down. And Sony, they do have a lot of studios, so I think when it happens with them, maybe their fan base, they don't feel it as much because they have more. They got a lot of studios over there, right? Whether you like them or not, they got quite a few studios, even counting the indies and whatnot, right? They got a lot of studios. So I think the fan base doesn't feel it as much. Where we were really, well, I wasn't, but like the fan base was really looking forward to Scalebound. So, it hurt. It really hurt because that was one of the first games shown when the system was launched, right? So, it kind of hurt the fan base.
Oh, wow. All right, well, what are your thoughts about this, Port Rock?
Well, I know some people are trying to compare it to Scalebound, but it's if anything, if you look how Sony handled it, the only game they made for the PS4 is Riggs Mechanized for VR, and they allowed them to finish it, and they released it for the few who bought the VR. They allowed them to finish the game, and they closed it down. And Sony did the same thing with like Dry Club, if you remember. They released Dry Club, they released some of the updates, and then after the game was finished or whatever, and the updates and the DLC was done, then they closed down the studio. I would have more respect for Microsoft if allow Scalebound to finish and then cut all ties with Platinum Games, and then if the game's a success, give it to another studio or hire another second-party studio. Or if the game's not a success, then that's it. Just can it and then just move on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then looking at the Cambridge history, like I said, the only project they were making was so far they made is Riggs, and they weren't in charge of any other projects. My only concern was when Guerrilla, the main studio, announced Horizon, I thought they were gonna hand over Killzone to them, so that way you have two studios, kind of like why Activision does with Call of Duty. One studio will work on one game, and the other studio will work on the other. You know what I'm saying? But now it looks like Guerrilla is gonna stick with Killzone, which means there's a longer wait time for the next Horizon if it becomes a popular IP. So that's my main concern: the longer wait time for the next Horizon IP if it becomes a successful game when it launches. So that's my main thing about it.
Hey, my man, the dark-skinned stallion from the UK. Sometimes Pony talk to me. What are your thoughts about Sony closing the door? Did Sony fans do the premature touchdown dance before they got to the end zones? Pop shit about Microsoft for a week, and here's Sony, wham, closes the studio.
Well,
You
it
know,
does seem like a little bit of karma and stuff like that. But I have to kind of agree a little bit with what Porter Rock said. It does seem like most of the devs there were kind of like just temping and stuff and just working on this regs game as a temporary project and stuff like that. And Sony do have a lot of, you know, AAA studios lying around and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But then again, Microsoft could have some stuff that we haven't seen or hadn't been announced. Like last year, they had 2 games like Resident Evil. No, sorry, not Resident Evil. What's it called? Dead Rising and that as exclusives, and we didn't know they've existed. And last year we had I don't know if you guys remember, they had that Battletoads thing that leaked and stuff, that little JPEG of like a character. Hopefully that comes out in this form of some kind of game that's playable and that we can get our hands on and stuff. As long as they make up for Scalebound and Sony or Nintendo don't steal it and shit like that, it'll be all good and shit.
That's theirs. They own the property. You know,
well, here's the thing. I don't reckon Microsoft are going to do anything with the IP, to tell the truth. I reckon they're going to just let it rot. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't reckon, if they don't drop it now, I don't reckon we'll ever see that stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you reckon they're ever going to make it in the future, or do you reckon that's it?
But Scalebound?
Yeah.
That shit is dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
That shit is fucking dead.
I really think I don't know why everyone's getting so upset that it got canned. Maybe it was really a bad game, especially all the stuff that's starting to creep out, the information about it. Like, these guys are stressed out that they had to take a month off. Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's not true though. They came out, but that's not true.
Hey, but check this out. How many fucking games were they working on at the same time as Scalebound though? Like fucking 8, maybe 7 at the same time.
Well, only Transformers and Turtles and Nier Automata, right?
Yeah.
But Kamiya came out and said that whole thing about him having the mental illness was a lie and stuff like that.
That's a lie.
Yeah. That was really bad on Microsoft.
Who's gonna admit that they're crazy though?
But here's the thing, though. Technically, Microsoft never was the one that officially said that they had a mental breakdown. You know, somebody put that out. It's one of those we just heard type things. So
yeah, right.
But here's the thing with Platinum Games. We all know they made lots of games. And a lot of the games, you may not like it opinion-wise, but quality, like on the QP level, they make technically competent games. That's what I'm saying? And they have since the beginning. So on the technical competency level, even on the PS3, when they decided to make Vanquish the lead platform for PS3, that shit was fucking on point.
Yeah, it was fire.
PS3
it was fire.
That shit was crazy.
That's what I'm saying? Yeah. That shit was locked at 30, 720p. Not a lot of developers were able to do that.
Right.
And they did that shit the first time.
Right.
So they're a technically competent company. And now you're gonna tell me out of the blue, these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing, and now they went fucking whatchamacallit, they went crazy like fucking like David Chappelle.
But check it out. He said that, you know, they've been working on, he's been having this vision for 10 years, blah blah blah. Maybe the game was more than he can chew. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was too much.
Well, maybe the last.
My opinion, I just think Phil Spencer micromanages. I just get this.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I just get this feeling. His fingers, his fingers was way too much on the pulse, and some Japanese developers don't like that. Like, if you were never a Japanese developer, don't come micromanage shit when you haven't been in their shoes. They hate that. Like,
but you know what? Though when
American
they'll respect Miyamoto. Like, if Miyamoto had his finger on the pulse, they'll respect him. Because he knows, because he's a game developer. But a dude like Phil Spencer or Andrew House or fucking Yoshida, they'll be like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck do you know? Just shut the fuck up and we got this. But I don't think Phil Spencer's that type of dude. I think that motherfucker has that crack that whip and he wants his shit the way the fuck he wants it.
Well, remember what happened with the people who were working on Phantom Dust? That's what we heard when they was talking about what happened. We heard that Microsoft kept on bugging them for more features and wouldn't actually give them the money to complete the job and stuff like that. So they put in extra man hours so much that they ended up having to close the down their studio and shit.
No, oh, actually, Phantom Dust.
That's what happened.
Phantom Dust is doing well right now, bro.
Yeah, I think it's still coming out. I think
it's doing well.
No.
It's a remake. It's a remake.
A remaster. A remaster of the original Xbox One is coming out, bro. Not
the remake got canceled.
So it's not the remake.
Yeah.
What's coming out? Which Phantom Dust is coming out? It's a remake or
the remaster?
The dry Xbox version from back in the day.
So the remastering the Xbox version is not a remake.
Yeah, the remaster. The remake got canceled. But in all honesty, in the last year and a half, all the game engines that have been coming out, they're far superior looking than Scalebound. And I think there's like a shift in the way games are being made, the type of engine and the fidelity that these games are able to produce. And I think these Japanese studios are falling behind. I really do.
Yeah. You know what?
What do you think of the way that the crab boss looked? That looked really good and stuff. And that was really smooth.
The crab boss, yeah.
You know what? The crab boss looked okay, but I'll be honest with you, some of those textures, I didn't. The scale was great. Some of those textures, I was just not down with. Some of those textures,
and like 4 people playing at the same time with no.
And some of the animations were just a little bit stiff. And like I'm getting spoiled now. I'm seeing like stuff like the Division and what's the new one coming out from Ubisoft? Ghost Recon. I'm getting spoiled by that. I'm getting spoiled by Battlefield. Watch Dogs. I'm getting spoiled by games that have a higher graphic fidelity, man.
We're jaded, man. We're jaded. But I was watching Angry Joe today stream the review of what's that Japanese mafia game? Like Shenmue 2.5. What the fuck is it called? Yakuza 0 or whatever.
Yeah, Yakuzuma or something.
That and that's a remake, right? Am I correct?
I think so. I don't know if it's a remake. I don't know if it's a remake or if it's a continuation to it.
You gotta ask Porter out because man,
it's a remake.
What?
Oh, okay. So basically, it's a port from PS3, right?
The what? What you talking about?
Yakuzuma or whatever.
Yakuza.
Oh, the Yakuza is the Yakuza port. The Yakuza 0 that's coming out is a port.
It's a port, right, from PS3, right?
I think it's a remaster actually.
Bro, that shit was like the most. It felt like Angry Joe. He said, "Dude, this game feels like 20 years old. Like it felt really like terrible. Like, he's like, I don't understand what's wrong. Like if you're gonna redo the end or slap this on something else, it has to perform better. It was really bad." Like really bad.
They're all behind. Like they're just behind.
Well,
and they need to catch up quickly. Like if I was in their situation, I would hire 1-2 people from the Western side, see what they're doing, and try to catch up. You got to keep pace because
having broken games on release and stuff like that.
What are you talking about?
Look at Capcom. Capcom is struggling. What's going on with Deep Down? Where the hell is that game? That game was announced from before the PS4, and it's still not out.
But they haven't said anything for years. They only like.
But as a whole, the Japanese genre. I mean, the only thing we've seen is Final Fantasy 15. I mean, that is a step in the right direction to me.
Yes, it is. And they got the memo because if you notice, they used in the beginning they weren't using that engine. They were using a different engine, and then they switched over.
Yeah.
So they got the memo.
Final Fantasy 14. Took a page right out of Blizzard's book and just basically copied the whole entire combat from World of Warcraft, period. So that's a step in the right direction. We may not really have the game. I played the game.
That's Kingdom Hearts. It's more like
what?
It's more like Kingdom Hearts.
No. Well, let me correct you because I have the game.
What game?
Final Fantasy 14. 14.
He's not talking about 15. He's talking about 14
as well. But
that is menu combat. There's no actual. That's menu combat. There's no real time combat. It's a menu combat, which means there's a delay. In the combat.
There's no delay in Final Fantasy 15 though.
Yeah, he's not talking about 15. He's talking about 14, man. 14.
Yeah. So I'm saying that the games that do kind of go westernized in the Japanese market do well. They really do well because it's moving the engine forward.
I'm gonna say this: one of the catalysts that set back the Japanese industry, believe it or not, in my opinion, anyway, was PS3's lack of initial success. Not even success; it's just how bad the PS3 was.
Right.
because you saw a lot of Japanese developers try to put their content on 360. It just wasn't selling.
Right.
So, and PS3 is not selling well.
Right.
So they had to defer to the Wii and DS. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of Japanese content went on the DS.
And people love it. People love that.
Love
shit
it.
man.
But the developers, they kind of lost their, their mojo, their groove on console development.
Yeah, they fell behind.
Yeah, and I would say PS3 is part of the blame.
Yeah,
on that one.
And also too,
so
it's also to the being
because Puerto Rock. Remember, I told you when I was on your podcast that remember when I got my PS3 for the first time and I got it late, and I was looking for JRPGs to play, and only ones I could find, the good ones, were the ones on previous gen. There wasn't a lot.
Yeah, PS3 was, even launch. A lot of people looked at it as a shitty Xbox because it was nothing but Western games. It was like Resistance, Motorstorm for like $600. Like, who the fuck is gonna pay $600 for Resistance and Motorstorm?
Like, and look like Motorstorm was fire though.
Yeah, but not for $600. Not for $600.
No.
That was the problem. That was
definitely not.
No, you buying, bro.
I'm buying, bro.
Right?
Somebody's buying.
Yeah, Zaire's buying.
Zaire's buying.
Who invited One Stop here?
Mr. Roboto.
Roboto.
Still buying.
Yeah, you're still buying.
Oh my god. Get One Stop out of the comments, man. Fuck.
Hold on, let me see if I can hop out.
Hey, MVP, that's your fucking.
And I gotta say too, the Japanese developers, they're kind of complacent with their own crowd over there, giving them these simple basics, schoolgirl games, and they're not concentrating on the Western market.
Now,
you better.
Yeah, you're better.
Hey, D, admit this: if you took those crazy ass Japanese concepts, which their concepts are cool. Sometimes, if you put that in a Western type of engine and gameplay, it'll be dope as fuck.
Some of them,
you know what I
mean. And they should concentrate on horror because they do fucking horror good, man. They should concentrate on making some horror games, man. Horror action games.
Their horror, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They got horror. I think the Japanese will get better in the long term now that PS4's back to normal and shit like that. They just need to catch up, and I think they will. I think they will catch up. But I think
PS4 is back to normal. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, basically,
game sales and console sales. Game sales and console sales.
This is what happened.
Japan have a popular console in the marketplace.
Yeah, that's what they needed. They needed a console that sells Japanese.
That's not really because listen, check it out. This is what happened during this 6th generation, right? This is real shit. You had EA, right? This is before, but Ubisoft just came out. You had EA, and EA basically did Madden, Fight Night, Live, maybe an action game here and there, but they were big for the sports titles. Then EA started buying up developers, right? They bought BioWare. They bought a bunch of third-party, developers and brought them under the EA umbrella. Now, if you look at it from we're talking about EA is a billion-dollar company, right? And then you look at Konami, you look at Capcom, you look at any of those hot chopstick, any of those small time developers over
Namco,
whatever, and they just can't keep up with them as far as money, R&D development. You know what I mean? So the games that they used to make back then that was very popular on the PlayStation 2 and stuff, EA just took it to a bigger scale. You know what I mean? And they had the money to get the over the top cut scenes and to make a full-fledged AAA RPG or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And that's where it came, because now if you look at the landscape of gaming, you got EA, you got Activision, you got Take-Two, and Ubisoft. Konami's on his way out. Capcom struggling. They just can't keep up. It's not so much far as talent; they just can't afford, you know what I mean, to even make a game like look. You look at the biggest Konami was back last generation, right? And with Metal Gear Solid 4, right? That goddamn game down there bankrupt the company. So you'll never see another exclusive Metal Gear game again. It doesn't matter who's the market leader, whether Sony, Nintendo, doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean? That's the issue. You know what I mean? So as far as that, it doesn't matter who's the market leader. But those games that you're talking about, they may sell a little, but it doesn't cost them a lot to make. So that's how they're able to stay afloat. You know what I mean? And I guess gaming has changed. You know what I mean? It's like a motherfucker still, a motherfucking Princess Peach fuckers and still want to fucking rescue their princess since '88. Like after a while, that shit get a little, you know what I mean?
I mean, Japan tries. You know, like I remember. I don't know if you guys remember the shittiest game of all time. It was this fake Gears of War that Namco made. Do you guys remember that game?
Oh, you talking about
Oh man, it was.
Yeah, I know what game you're talking about,
dude. Like they tried. They remember that was the other game with the robots and the third-person shooter. What the fuck was that called? I forgot.
Nah, you have to let me remember. What was the name of that shitty game?
Was it like some dark something maybe?
Yeah, and it was in the tower, innit? And you could be the guy or the girl and shit.
Yeah. That shit was. I mean, complete rip off of Gears. I mean,
yeah, it was a good idea.
Oh, fucking quantum.
Yeah, quantum
theory.
Yeah, quantum theory.
Quantum theory. Terrible, bro.
Jesus. Don't ever put quantum in the title of your game.
Yeah, it was quantum.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Dark Sector was dog shit too. That was for the
Dark Sector was trash too. Yeah. But there was another. Binary something. There was another one.
Binary domain.
Oh, like they try. Like I'm not gonna knock it for trying, but it just doesn't translate well.
Yeah, but it costs but it costs them a lot, right? That's why you had even big people like Sega, and they are with even Konami, Sega, and all these guys. They combined a couple of companies together. Sega teamed up with Sammy. Tecmo, who the fuck they team up with? Who the fuck I forgot. But anyway, and they start looking more into those bingo machines or whatever, motherfucking arcane landscape. Yeah, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean. But they just can't compete. You know what I mean? How you say like they got caught. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm not saying. No, I'm not gonna. Everybody blames EA for something, but EA getting outside of just sports games and into other games, it really, really changed the landscape. And I heard this from like 3 different people within the industry. You know what I mean? Because you think about back to the 6th generation, all EA really did was Madden, Live, Fight Night, and hockey. You know what I mean? That was it. Back then, though, I'm not saying the sports games are not. Of course, 2K is itself like fucking crack, but you know what I mean. But back in the 6th generation and even the 7th generation, those titles were huge. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they started doing other things, the Battlefields, the Dragon Quest, and now they got the Star Wars license. Those Japanese companies just can't fucking keep up, man.
EA is doing the thing, man. Like,
and EA is not bad at it either. So they're not,
man.
They're not
and they've improved their practices because not too long ago, everybody fucking hated EA, So they've done a 360,
So can I ask you guys a question then?
What up?
Are you guys excited about I already know what Isaiah is gonna say.
Oh, Switch.
Are you guys excited about the Switch conference today and shit like that?
Yeah.
Or I want if it has voice chat, they support YouTubers and all that shit. They do what's right, then yeah, for sure. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess we can go across the line. I mean, the reveal is at 11 o'clock, so I know. I guess you all day. So if they
over that shit.
Yeah.
So
I'm at 11 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
Yes, 11 p.m. Eastern.
Oh wow!
I'm getting it. I
don't know if I'm going to be awake for that, but maybe I'll catch it in the morning when I have nothing better.
2 hours, man. Come on, pop some pills. You'll be good.
No, I don't really know if I really honestly want to watch all that kind of crap.
No, he don't want to watch it because he's gonna piss on the TV, bro. I'm telling
you like a true Xboxer, man. Jeez.
Hey,
well, if I was gonna watch it, I would watch it on my Xbox. I wouldn't watch it anywhere else.
So, hey, D, you're looking forward to the Switch, D?
Yeah, I finally want to know what's. I want to know what's going on.
Tell us on it, D. Why? What should I? If you listen, I walk into your store, right? No, fuck that. You're not German. I met you in the dark alley, right? You pop the trunk of your Cadillac. You hop out the car with your trench coat with your mate on and shit, and you got NXs in your trunk, Switches in your trunk. How would you sell me on the Switch?
Oh man, they got to sell me on it first. To be honest with you, I'm just really curious, and I'm eager to find out what the system's about. We've heard so many different things, from that it's weak to that it could possibly support 4K to it could possibly support 1080p on the handheld itself to it's a 720p on the handheld. So I just want to know the facts of this system. I want to know what it's going to give me, what type of experience they're going to bring with this system, the price point, and the specs. I just want to know the info, and then from there I'll base my judgment. But I'm excited because it's new hardware. It's something new in the video gaming landscape. So I'm excited for the reveal, and I want to know what it is.
Also, you're excited because it's something new.
Yeah, and I want them to surprise me. Like I want them to blow my fucking socks off. You know.
Would you suggest someone goes for the Switch or get another 3DS?
Well, you can't say anything until I'm not going to know that answer until tomorrow after watching the reveal, right? So it's premature for me to even speak on that.
All right. Well, that's fair. No, and my man Porter Rock, how do you feel about Nintendo, the Switch? You know, day one for you. What are you gonna do?
Fuck no, day one for me. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that handheld.
What that nigga hasn't even bought a PlayStation 4 Pro. What the fuck you think he's gonna buy a Switch for?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not dealing with Nintendo shit. I have no faith in that company, man. And you know what really got me mad today? I read an article. I guess develop. You know how fucking motherfuckers talk about shit that happened 20 years ago. So now Square. A lot of developers Square is actually talking about what went down between them and Nintendo after,
Yeah.
So the article, the article is called "Nintendo Tells Square Never Come Back After Fallout Over Final Fantasy VII." Now, this is what blew my mind. Square, they considered themselves a second party to Nintendo. That's out of their own words. You understand what I'm saying? So when they were developing the N64. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to tell him, and this is a quote from whatever, I can't pronounce this Japanese dude, but he's the vice president of Square. He said at the time when he was lower level, he said this, at the time Square was really close to Nintendo. We were basically like a second party for them. So when their new system was in development, we gave them lots of advice, like you're going to need a CD-ROM drive for it. You don't have enough bandwidth to do what we're trying to do. And with what you have now, we're not going to be able to make an RPG. So Nintendo knew that Final Fantasy VII was not gonna fucking work on it. You know what their reply is? This is what they said their Nintendo reply was. It says, I don't think anyone from Nintendo gave us a hard time. They said, oh, we don't need that. That's what they said, right? Their philosophy has always been that Nintendo hardware is for their games. And if a publisher wants to publish, okay, you can do it.
Yeah.
But if you don't like it, if a developer who's been making great games for you is telling you, we need this so we can make this game for this console, and they say, we don't care.
Scandalous.
We don't need you. Then fuck that company.
Hey, yo.
Scandalous.
No, I'm not going to give Nintendo one single hair from my balls. You ain't
You won't even give them a rice plate for Sony.
Not a hair from my balls.
Hey, you know what? Let me ask you a question, though.
Fuck off.
Listen, let me ask you a question though. Then, and I understand. I see where you're going with this, and that's my, like I said, Nintendo refuses to change with time. They're just stuck in time. But I don't listen. And just from the stuff that's coming out, like maybe Quacks is a fucking dog. If it barks, is a fucking dog. You know what I mean? Rumor price $250, right? That's what I keep coming back to. Rumor price $250. You got the Joy-Con, you got the charger, the dock kit, and all that shit, right? All that shit costs. So you're able to get all those peripherals for $250, right? So you can get all that for $250, and we talk about again. Listen, this is the part. This is the fucking knee slapper. We're talking about hardware, and again, Nintendo is considering this as their 9th generation offering, as their console, not their handheld. Okay, it's a console that you can take out on the go. And it's not as powerful as 2013 hardware. I have a problem with that. You know what I mean?
Right, but Zaire, it's real shit, bro. If you're looking for power, you're looking in the wrong place. Period. And you should already know that.
Well, how much is the Xbox One in America?
What'd you say?
How much is the Xbox One where you guys live?
250.
Then the Switch is too expensive then.
Yeah, but here's even better than that though. We cannot deny what's been going on this whole generation. It's been about power. Now, certainly that conversation is going to wave because Nintendo's coming back to the table. Like you might think, because Nintendo's innovative. What the fuck has Nintendo done that's innovative? Instead of trying to put their innovation into a gimmick that may or may not catch on with the masses, put your innovation into your fucking game. For how about do Mario and using Unreal Engine 4 or something? Do something different. Like, you know what I mean? Like this one, they've been doing the same fucking two-step since 86. You know
maybe they'll surprise us tonight. Maybe they'll show us something different.
Bro, we didn't need the goddamn
because
pills.
all we're hearing is rumors and
We seen the
innuendos.
goddamn.
Like
No, we seen the commercial. We seen the commercial.
yeah, but the commercial they
Listen,
said wasn't really stuff that was running on it.
I'm
So
gonna say that. I'm gonna say this.
But check it out.
I get them 24 hours. Show me what you got, guys. Show me what the fuck you got.
we seen it on the Jimmy Fallon show. Am I not? We seen it then, right?
No, we saw one game and it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Wait.
Nintendo could develop a Mario Zelda. Here's the thing. But the core problem is their philosophy and their policies. If they don't change that, the consoles do this. Whatever the fuck this thing is doomed to fail because their policies and their philosophy. How if their mentality is still we making this for Nintendo? If you're down with it, down with it. If you don't like it,
but I think they're going in that I think they're going in that direction because wasn't there a leak that they're stopping the whole friend code and they're giving you a Nintendo ID just like a gamer tag now? And
I got a gamer tag on the Wii U. That didn't mean any goddamn thing. That was
that's because the Wii U's online infrastructure was trash. But they did link the Wii U gamer tags with the 3DS ones. So hopefully, if they link it with the NX ones, it'll work better. If the NX online is good, if you know what I mean.
Personally, I think if they can at least match the Xbox One specs,
why is that good though? Why?
Because of the games that they have. So if they can match that and the console itself, like the handheld part itself, is 1080p on its own and 1080p when it's docked.
The screen is 720p. I have some shit here from Laura. What's her name? Laura. What's that bitch? I'm sorry, not to call her a bitch. You know what I'm talking about. I got here. The screen is 720p.
I don't know. I want to before I can't. It's like 2 hours away. It'd be really foolish for me to say fuck them. I need to see what they're going to show me, and if it's not appeasing, then I'll say fuck them. But until then,
we seen it on Jimmy Fallon. We seen
but what I saw on Jimmy Fallon looked good. Those graphics look good. They didn't look bad. Maybe you didn't like them, but they didn't look bad.
Okay, look like this, right? You said it looked good, right? 20 for 27.
Yeah, they looked good.
All right, now this is their 9th generation console, right? Am I right? Did that look like a 9th generation game to you?
It looked different, man. It looked different than anything I've seen before, to be honest.
Trying to get a Big Mac?
It looked different. The art direction was good. The animations looked good.
Motherfucking Link out there sexually confused, looking like Lisa fucking Simpson. In the
Nintendo vein, in the Nintendo universe, it was an evolution. It was an upgrade for them.
So look, listen what you're saying, and that is the problem right now. That we put Nintendo in this box and we handle them with what you fail to realize is that these guys are different type of gamers. They don't give a fuck what we think. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. Okay,
they about that Zelda life, man.
Okay,
they don't care.
These guys, right? You said these guys, right?
Like who? Yeah, who are these guys?
Listen,
the Nintendo heads.
This fucking Steam machine outsold the Wii U. So them catering to this fucking this niche audience.
Yeah, but the Wii U was severely underpowered. That's what I'm saying. If the Switch can at least come in at the same power as Xbox One, it'll be okay. If it comes in any less powerful, they're done. Who the fuck's gonna buy it unless it's like really cheap?
But I don't agree with it being priced the same amount as the Xbox One, though. That's just wrong. It shouldn't be priced the same amount as the Xbox One.
No, not if it's inferior hardware. It should definitely not. No.
But hey, do you think what is it? It's using the Tegra 4? What the fuck is it using?
Well, we don't really know what it's using. We don't know because their latest Tegra chip, they canceled it, and they released NVIDIA released a Shield 2 at CES, and it's more powerful, but it's not really running their super high-end Tegra chip. So I think they reserved that for the Switch. So let's just wait and see, man. 2 hours away.
For $250, all these gadgets and peripheral is gonna be more. It's gonna be on par with the Xbox.
Hey, you know what? NVIDIA is very good at bringing out power and hardware. So I honestly tell you, I would wait 2 hours before I would say anything. Honest to tell you, man, it makes no sense to say one way or the other when the conference is 2 hours away.
I mean, the writing's on the wall, man. I mean, And like I said in the day,
I've heard from the beginning that it's gonna be at least on par with Xbox One. So let's see if it's worse than Xbox One, then yeah, we got some trouble.
So okay, let's say if it is right. Let's say if it's 1.31 teraflops, right? So again, we're gonna ignore what's been going on this whole generation about resolution. No, that's just doesn't apply to Nintendo, right? That's why we got the Pro, because then we got the Scorpio coming out. So
yeah,
again,
but the handheld element changes the game a little bit.
Nintendo said themselves.
It's a hybrid. It's a handheld. But it's both. It's a handheld that you can take home, dock it, and play it on your TV too. It's both. It's a hybrid.
Even when it's docked, there's a problem.
I got a question. Why do you keep saying it's going to be on powerful as the Xbox One? Like the Xbox One is a weak ass system or something.
Well, the
Xbox One and the PS4 got the same damn Jaguar processor.
Yeah, they're both.
So if that's the case, that means the Switch would be as powerful as the PS4 as well, which Tech News and iTech Post and all have already posted 100,000 times over. That the Tegra chip in the Switch is nowhere near the PS4 and the Xbox One. They actually specified that already. It's nowhere near. They said it.
The PS4 has quite a bit more power than
it's the same Jaguar X64 Jaguar chips.
Yeah, but the GPU,
is same everything. It doesn't matter. It's the same.
Yeah, no, the
they
GPU is more
powerful.
powerful.
Come on, man.
The GPU is more powerful. Let's not even go into that. That's not even debatable.
That's the
GPU is more
card.
powerful.
That's the graphics card. We're not talking about
that's part of the system. We're not talking about the CPU. I'm not talking about the CPU. I'm talking about the GPU.
The graphics card in there is more powerful?
The graphic card inside the PS4 definitely is more powerful than the Xbox One.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about in the Switch. I'm saying
hopefully that it's on par with the Xbox One, which is at 1.3. Even if say at 1.2 with they're going to be using a lower API.
It's still a handheld though to be that powerful on the go.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's just like me. Okay, I can have a PC right now built that's a dual core computer. Put a 4G whatever graphics card in it, and have mediocre RAM and mediocre processor in it. I still cannot run my games like I can on a bigger computer with bigger processor with the same GPU. I still can't get my graphics that high because the damn memory ain't gonna be high enough for me to push it.
Well,
that's the same thing happened with the PS3.
Well, we don't know what type of architecture is in there. We don't know how they're compressing stuff. We don't know anything about the system. We don't know anything about the new Tegra chip. Like I do not feel comfortable making any type of statement one way or the other.
Brian Silver said he is acting like a second grade Nintendo feminist.
I just power because of the battery life. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, but they're saying once they dock it that you get that power back. They say when it's not docked, it's downclocked, right? So it doesn't consume as much power, so the battery lasts longer. Than when you dock it, they upclock it, and you get more power. We don't know the difference. We don't know how much difference the upclock is.
We already had one developer come out, the work at Ubisoft, and said that basically there's no way in hell that the Switch can run the same graphically demanding multiplats as the Xbox One.
Yeah, and that could very well be true. I'm just gonna wait 2 hours to make that decision.
Okay, even better than that. Even better to let you know it's not even as powerful as the Xbox One. The Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 are capable of running Unreal Engine 4 in high settings. The Switch only medium settings. So that answers your question right there. It's not even on par with the Xbox One.
Like I said, it's 2 hours away, and then we'll know in 2 hours.
I mean, that's right. I mean, there you go right there. I mean, if it can only run Unreal Engine 4 at medium settings, and then you have the 2013 hard consoles are running it at high settings. So that lets you know right there it's not even on par.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Nintendo not going to tell you no specs. They're going
to show. They're going to show us some stuff. They're going to tell us what's available, and from there we can make general, analysis information is going to official information is going to come up from tonight's event. Of course, all the media outlets. Of course, they're going to get more information, and it's going to spread out to us. We'll know a lot more about the Switch by tomorrow.
That's still if they can only run Unreal Engine 4 at medium settings.
All I'm gonna say is this: if it's weaker than the Xbox One and it's priced at the same price as the Xbox One, it will fail. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I don't know, man. I just this last 2 weeks I've been seeing the uprise of these grown ass men that are confused sexually that's been getting washed up by their grandfathers since they've been 17 years old. I don't know what the fuck is going on in these games.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I hope the Switch is a success because I'm telling you, YouTube's gonna be more entertaining than ever. You're gonna see some weirdos channels, and they're gonna go on an offensive. They're gonna attack all of us. If you
I got exposed to Nintendo.
No, every one of us is a target. They got the kill list. You know, and Zaire's on the top. You know what I'm saying? He's the number one. Attack us all. Nobody, even the neutrals. They don't give a fuck who you are. If you want, I think you're safe. I think you're the only motherfucker that's safe on that list.
You know, I just don't want to. I don't want to believe that Nintendo would be so fucking stupid to come out with really shitty, weak hardware. I would hope that they were leaking some fucking bullshit information to throw people off, to really throw a curveball and surprise people. Because if they're really gonna come up with weak hardware again, like significantly weaker than the Xbox One, they're fucking stupid because nobody really wants that.
I'll say this. On the Jimmy Fallon show, we saw, they played, Breath of the Wild. Now it's a cool looking game. But graphically, technology-wise, that shit doesn't look like Xbox. It doesn't look like an Xbox One.
That's what I'm trying to say. It didn't look
I think that was more due to the art direction.
Even with the cel-shading art direction, you could tell when a game is being pushed. Even with the art direction, it doesn't.
Compare
that
to Scalebound. I'm just talking about graphically.
But you can't because it's different art direction, so you can't compare it.
Shit,
and Scalebound didn't look that good to me. I already told you guys.
Oh,
that.
whatever, man.
Okay, but it still looked better graphically than goddamn Zelda.
But it's two completely different art styles, bro.
Yeah, you can't compare it.
Yeah, Scalebound is slightly more realistic, but it's still the anime Japanese art.
Yeah,
style.
man. I'm like,
Slightly more realistic.
Zelda graphics don't look impressive, even with art style. It looks like, I'll be honest, it kind of reminded me of The Last Guardian. That used a lot of.
At least this Zelda looks better than N64 Zelda. I give it that.
Oh, that shit look like
25-year-old
podcast law.
He was in a coma. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it with the excitement for fucking playing Yoshi games and fucking Wario. Listen, I'm just being realistic here. Like I don't.
Well, let's hope they're gonna have some multiplayer. Say you're like fuck.
No, let's talk about the fuck. Now, fuck that and fuck you.
Well,
Listen,
I mean, they're getting the monthly special for $2.99. They're getting a 2K.
Listen, I'm talking about any adult with a healthy sex life who's a productive part of society gonna take a walk to go home and stand at midnight to buy a fucking Mario game and Cooking Mama. Like what the fuck? Look at some of these pro Nintendo channels. Look at fucking Dr. Dre. These motherfuckers is weird.
What do they do?
Motherfuckers is spooky.
Yo, I'm gonna play the
bad.
Right? I can understand Nintendo keeping the same formula for like Mario, Yoshi stuff because they trying to attract the new generation gamers. My issue with Nintendo is they never created new IPs for those that grown up with them.
That's what I'm saying.
You want to keep Mario? My nephew loves Mario. I get it. It's a great way. If you're a new kid and you introduce gaming, Mario's a great way to introduce. But what about those of us that rocked out with Nintendo 80? Where's the new IPs for us? Because I ain't fucking playing Mario no more or Yoshi.
No.
Where's the new IP to grow with the people that was down with you day one? You understand what I'm saying? I get keeping Mario the way Mario is because my nephew is a huge weirdo. He loves Mario. I get that. So he's having the same feeling I had when I was 10 and 11. But I'm 39 now, motherfucker. I ain't saving that bitch no more. I ain't saving her no more. Fuck that hoe. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with your ass. Fuck you keep getting caught by Bowser, bitch.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing that I like that they do recently is Mario Kart. Like the rest of their stuff, it's just too kiddish. I agree.
I ain't playing no fucking Mario Kart either. They can keep that shit too. I ain't playing that shit. Not for
Mario
me.
Mario Kart's fun, man.
Gameplay wise,
especially with
Mario
friends.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't have any fucking friends. I'm a mature gamer.
Now Mario Kart's fun.
Hey, bro, Isaiah, let me come to your house and play the game. I ain't heard that shit in about 25 years.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't coming to my house, man. I'm walking around in my drawers. We don't do that no more, bro. It's like, let's look at it like this. This is again what I don't understand. What I'm saying, like you
can play. I think you can play that game online, anyways. And I play with my kids, but it's a fun game.
Fine.
I'm
saying,
it's a fun game.
Voice chat and all that shit's not there. But I'm saying, look at it like this, right? When you think about the Nintendo, they're gonna change their ways, and they still don't fucking get it because they came to E3 with one fucking game, bro. They don't fucking get it.
It's crazy about that one game. It won the show at E3, bro.
I mean, no, they just ain't want to give shit to fucking Microsoft or whatever. Let's be realistic.
Well, how long ago since the main guy over there passed away? How long ago was that?
That was last.
It was last 2015. It was 2015.
Yeah. So shout out to my man in his grave. Twinkie does.
So going forward,
that was harsh.
But
send that shit to hate.
Fuck that dude.
Anyways, now
Maryland 19. Fuck him.
Okay.
Man, now we all fuck. Hey, for the record, I do not condone or co-sign your statement.
I don't give a fuck.
Listen,
don't make me play. Listen, don't make me play that fucking video, fucking Blackbuster Critic crying when fucking I watch. Don't make me do it.
That shit was crazy.
Yo, the opinions of Zaire, aka next Zaire.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it blood raw. I don't give a fuck. I am a mature gamer.
Anyhow, since he passed on, there's been new leadership over there. So let's see what they cultivated over there. Let's see what they got.
Told them to go to E3 with one game. That new leadership told them to go to E3.
Not only that, when I was on B Shadow's podcast, he blew my mind when he said Splatoon didn't have voice chat. I was like, wait a minute. Multiplayer game that they all bragging about? You can't talk in it?
Yes.
That shit blew my mind. That game came out like what, 2014?
Even better. Look at what? No. Look at the Wii U Pro controller and the one from what's the goddamn game? What's it called? Hori. Doesn't have a fucking headphone jack. Like, this is the fucking Nintendo that we're dealing with. Listen, it says here the Tegra is a system on a chip SoC based on ARM instructions. Fuck all that. The same on smartphones and tablet use. Okay. On the other hand, gaming consoles are equipped with PC's x86 based instruction set, thus making the Switch the first ARM-based console itself. The main advantage is its low power consumption compared to other gaming consoles. On the downside, powering the Switch with AMR-based chip would make it more difficult to port PS4 and Xbox games over. Switch won't be as powerful as the competition. This is listen. Now they're using a custom X1, which is they said it was downclocked for heat consumption and for the battery life. And this is the regular X1 goddamn chip. Like, come on. The writing's on the wall, D.
No, man. The writing's on the wall.
No.
The fat lady's gonna sing in 2 hours, and I will wait till then.
Hey D, you know you're my man, right, D? Yeah. You know you my motherfucking Nigerian goat smuggling. I fucks with you the long way, D. But you gonna get this work. You gonna get this work. I told you. You know what I mean? I told you from a very valuable source that the goddamn console is not as powerful as current gen console. No, it's not.
No, I want to hear it for myself, man.
Nintendo not gonna say anything about specs. They don't talk about specs. Reggie told you from himself that he's gonna let Sony and Microsoft fight it out.
I'm not expecting it to be as powerful as a PS4 or a PS4 Pro. I'm not expecting that. But let's just see what they have to fucking offer here. Let's see.
This is my last question for you. We're gonna move past Nintendo. Why is it okay though for Nintendo to release something in 2017 that if may or may not be on par with shit that came out in 2013? If you don't see what's wrong with that right there, and they have not changed, come on, bro.
Yeah, well, that would be a problem. That would be a problem, and their policies definitely need to change because they're not with their policies on YouTube and with all these gamers. They're not going to grow with those same policies. They need to get with the times. I agree with you there.
Should be on par with at least on par with the Pro. At least on par with the Pro. Let's be realistic here.
Hopefully, that shit's on par with the Vita.
Oh shit!
Oh man!
But anyway, moving right along.
Savage.
Moving right along. Sony wants December's MPD. What is the panel thought on that? Big Shadows, Porter Rock. You want to who? Anyway, What are your thoughts
Well,
on
the
that?
PS4 Slim was really cheap, man, and
I bought that shit for $262.
It kind of flew under everyone's radar, and over the holiday season, obviously the moms and pops, they saw this as a great value and they picked it up. So, and then of course we had the PS4 Pro, and the diehards, they wanted the superior hardware over the original PS4, and they picked it up too. And I suppose PSVR moved a few units as well.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm gonna say this. I give props to Microsoft because they tweeted out, or they released a press statement, and I gotta admit they're gangster with this one. So this is what they said. They said, "Oh, these motherfuckers." They said December was the biggest month ever for Xbox One sales in the U.S., and Xbox One was the only current gen console with year-over-year growth, according to MPD. In addition, Xbox One was the top-selling console over the second half of 2016, following the announcement of the Xbox One S. These motherfuckers. So they bragging about second half 2016 sales, but they don't mention how they done the entire year. These motherfuckers are gangster. I give them whoever they hired a new PR rep. They got a new dude up in there. He's like, I'm gonna work this motherfucker. that shit is gangster.
Well, according from the guys over in NeoGAF that have the MPD actual numbers, they're saying that the gap wasn't that large. Like PS4, like Sony, the PlayStation brand just eked out a win over them.
Yeah,
it wasn't like huge.
Yeah, that June to October period helped Microsoft grow.
Yeah, so it was a win for Sony, but they
closed the gap.
Yeah. So it's good for both consoles, to be honest with you. So
it's going to be very interesting with the Scorpio. Microsoft's going to have two SKUs on the market. Right now, you just got the Xbox One S going against the PS4 vanilla, the standard, the Slim, and the fucking Pro.
And for all things considered, because the PS4 Pro was new fucking hardware, and the Xbox One S still stood in there, and it didn't concede, and it did well, because like I said, they just barely eked out a victory over Microsoft over the holiday and December.
Well, Microsoft was giving them away like the cracker and menace to society and shit like that. So if you want the system, you had to get them. You know what I'm saying? So. But you know what I'm saying, they did have the good deal, so yeah.
I'm gonna say this. A big thing that helped Microsoft was the 4K Blu-ray player. So the question is, how long is that bubble? How long before the bubble bursts? And
it's not going to.
Oh, but I'm saying before standalone Blu-ray players become cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Than the 4K Xbox.
No, I don't think so. I think strategically they're smart with what they did, releasing the Xbox One S. It's still the cheapest right now, and then as we approach the launch of Scorpio, the regular Xbox One S, it's going to drop in price for sure. It's going to drop in price.
That's why my parents bought one. Actually, they bought one just for the 4K Blu-ray player itself.
A lot of consumers did. So
it's going to be the de facto 4K Blu-ray player for a while, especially when it gets slashed in price next holiday season, because the casual doesn't want a gaming console per se. We'll pick it up, we're like, oh fuck, it's $200, let me pick this up, and then in the process of picking it up, it's like, let me try this game, let me try that game, and then slowly they gain a new customer as well, right? So it's a good strategy.
I'm gonna stir the pot right now. I'm gonna call it right now. If Scorpio is priced at $500, PlayStation got MPD November. Lock that bitch in. I'm calling, and I gotta go. I'm betting your ass. You heard it. If Scorpio's price.
I don't give a fuck what it's worth. Let's make a bet, bitch. You playing teams and fried rice, eating motherfucker.
Your podcast is on a private
red shoes wearing motherfucker living on top of the liquor store.
Thanks to courtesy of Zaire Production.
Let's make a bet
There's gonna be more than one SKU. There's gonna be a $400 SKU, and I think there will be a $500 SKU that has an elite controller or something.
Let's make a bet right now.
No, we're gonna do in June with the price.
Huh?
I need to wait for the price. Because if they go in June in E3 and they be like, "Hey, Scorpio coming out this November, $500," I'm betting your ass. Because you're gonna be buying me my God of War. and I'm gonna make a video
God
unboxing.
of War ain't coming out in 2017.
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna save those $60.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, Menudo.
I
Let's
don't
get
care.
it.
I'm like, these $60 is for God of War.
Hey yo, I'm gonna pull a Dr. Trey on you. I'm gonna play you with motherfucking bingo chips.
Okay, no, with switch points.
Puerto Rico, you the only one be over there separating your change in your piggy bank. Fuck
Dr. Trey.
That thing can sell for whatever the price they drop. It don't matter. People gonna buy the shit out of it day one. They got a powerful system.
What I'm saying is, if it's priced at $500, PlayStation got MPD in November. Cause
it depends, man. Because that's you're too vague. We need to know if it's $500, but it's performing like $1,000 PC. It's got like 4K, 60 frames per second on everything. A lot of people are going to be attracted to that because it's going to really make the PS4 Pro look like fucking yesterday's fucking food.
These motherfuckers come out in November. That month is for the cheapskates.
Yes, but if the Scorpio. Yes, but if the Scorpio is this huge technological advance over what we have now, it's like fucking mind blowing. Gamers will be attracted to it like a fucking bug is attracted to the fucking light.
It's a mind blowing current gen console. It's not a next generation console. If it was
how do you know?
Console, what? Because Microsoft said everything's gonna work on Xbox.
No, you know what? You need to do some research because I've been doing some research. I've been doing some research on the Vega architecture. From what AMD has said themselves, they're saying that we're going to get a vastly different experience with Vega, just for the simple fact that they have so much more bandwidth, so much more efficient bandwidth that they can just do things that they just couldn't do before. So right there, we're going to get a different experience. So I would like kind of just slow your roll a little bit.
Let me ask you something. Can obviously the PS4 and the Xbox One vastly superior over the 360 and PS3, right? Yet they both played Destiny. And they were pretty much the same game.
Well, that's because Microsoft didn't want to set down the 360 concept.
Unless the game is exclusive to Scorpio, built for that product, it's tied to the umbilical cord to the Xbox One. You're just gonna
but they're scaled. No. They're scaled. Listen. If I have a high rig PC, okay? Now I can play if I put a little shitty RX 460 in my PC, I can still play the same fucking game. But with my two fucking cards, I can play that game with ultra textures. I can even bump it past ultra textures. I can run 4K 60 frames per second, everything turned on, and it looks completely different than the game that's running on the RX 460 with the graphic settings that GPU can handle. So that's bullshit you're talking there, man.
That's just a prettier looking game.
It's vastly different in the experience because it's a higher frame rate. The textures are different. The graphics are different. The detail is different. It's a different game, dude.
I don't know. I think y'all bugging.
But listen, yo, but what about? Do you think the developers are gonna still cater to the Pro because it's gonna have the most consoles and homes and stuff like that? Because you remember when it was. Oh, why do you reckon they won't do that?
Because Sony, they're not going to ignore 40 million, so to say, whatever PS4s out there. You know what I mean? Like I said again, like D was saying, it's not as easy as done on the PlayStation side as on the Xbox. Microsoft got different tools and APIs, like the universal Windows UDP thing, but they're not. It's still like if you got if I got a 560 and he got a 1080, we can still fucking play the same goddamn game. It's just gonna look better on the 1080, you know what I mean? So long as these consoles still remain x86, I don't, like I said, I think that generation talk shit is over.
But remember when the developers were saying that they didn't want to go in too hard on a PlayStation 4 because they wanted to still have parity and stuff like that, so the game would still sell on the Xbox One.
You know what the problem is, though? I actually, you know what the problem is because Sony and the Pro is a very capable console, but they're wasting their resources of trying to hit a higher resolution. You know what I mean? She just do 1080p, 60s and give us better textures and better shaders.
Because, I mean, it's been proven that gamers want higher frame rates, man. Period.
What just even have a better graphics, period. Because, a higher resolution just gives you a sharper image. It doesn't give you better graphics,
Yeah. Yeah, I know that, but I don't know if you guys misunderstood me. I'm just asking if you reckon, do you reckon the developers will try
No,
and get
what the fuck is
parity?
wrecking? The fuck are you, Jack the Ripper? What the fuck are you talking? Let's cut this motherfucking mic off. Wrecking, London, fucking bastard. Like, what do you know? What are you asking me? Like,
What?
are we going to see some PS4 Pro exclusives?
No. Do you reckon developers will try and go for parity because the PlayStation Pro has the most consoles in the marketplace?
No.
Some of them will.
Probably.
Some of them will. I've talked to some developers, and they said that there's a lot of politics that we don't know about, and there's people that have their favorites, and there are going to be some guys that maybe won't care as much. It's just the fact of it, because there's fucking corporate slaves out there, man.
I don't think so. The reason why I say that, if that's the case, we wouldn't have had a resolution debacle with the start of this generation. They didn't. When nobody went in the goddamn market leader. You know what I mean? So
it was always in Sony's favor, though, and Sony.
That's why.
Before it was in Sony's favor, it was in Microsoft's favor. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think after the unveiling, Microsoft killed momentum big time after that unveiling, and then it just got worse from there. Nothing got worse. After that day, it just kept getting worse.
Well, here's the thing,
though. No, you wake up, you heard the bird singing, and something else was wrong with Microsoft.
No, but what I'm saying is this, though. Still Microsoft is still a very valuable partner. They cut the check. But what I mean about this, before this resolution gate got weighted, it was or whatever, we're talking about third party again who doesn't have a dog in this fight. You know what I mean? And before, what you had the cell processor, and then you had Microsoft was using Power, Core or IBM, whatever the fuck they were using 360. Now the Xbox and PS4, they're using the same architecture x86. So they don't have. It's not that they're going to make the game on the PS4 and have to port it over to the X. It's not like that anymore. Where they would make it on the 360 and then try to port it over to the PS3. It's not. The games are not that difficult to make anymore, man. Like motherfuckers ain't. We got 6 T-flops here. You know what I mean? Like if the game doesn't perform and look better on the Scorpio, I don't think Microsoft will allow that. You know what I mean? Like fuck that. Like that's crazy.
They may not have a choice though.
Shit, me. I mean,
yeah, I was about to say they might not have a choice.
Because let's say the developer makes a game, maybe a little bit better, and Microsoft can easily say, "Man, fuck this game, don't put it on," and then they'll be like, "All right, fuck it, you ain't the market leader anyway."
So they're gonna turn their back on $200 million on the Xbox market side of things.
Well, it all depends on how the Scorpio sells at launch and stuff like that. I reckon, to be honest,
that's gonna be the. Listen, I was told personally from someone at Microsoft it's not gonna be the case. That was what I was asking too.
They said something. Even with Scorpio launching,
yes,
the majority of Xbox gamers are still the vanilla and Xbox One audience. It's not the Scorpio. Scorpio's not coming in for revenue. It's just starting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? So to the developers, like I said before in a web podcast, they could give a fuck about the success of the individual console. Just as
it doesn't matter.
It's all about what they get. It's what they do.
No. So you're misconstruing it too. The same way that you can put an Xbox One game in your Xbox One S and it's going to perform better than a standard Xbox One. It has nothing to do with the developer. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. The tools and the API stuff that Microsoft used. The game will scale up automatically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem,
it has to do with the.
Yeah, but the problem is that the PS4 is using a different API. So are some developers, are they not gonna push it as far as they can because it's going to be harder for them to get the parity on the PS4 Pro? I don't think it's going to be a big thing, but I think in the beginning, some developers might be a little bit lazy to do the extra work.
Here's a question, because everybody everybody's mentioning, it's one code and UW is gonna take care of it. Why did BioWare say no plans for Scorpio support? What do they mean by that? Because technically, they have the PC version. It's not up to them. It's just gonna work on the Scorpio. But that's not how they're making it sound like. They make it sound like that they have to patch it in.
Well, it depends. It depends on their engine, what they're using. But if they're using DX12, then they don't really gotta do shit.
Yeah, they are using DX12 with the false bright.
So I don't understand what they're. I don't understand why they're saying that. Are they saying this because of Sony?
Yeah, they have a Sony. I think Sony has the marketing. Yeah,
That's
but
just stupid, man.
Yeah, why the fuck would they?
Yeah, but
Xbox?
even they did. But why would they make? Why don't they just keep quiet? Because they're pretty much making a false statement.
Because
You know,
maybe Sony's telling them to say that because they have a deal with them. Because that's one of the games that's pushing the Pro and HDR on it.
You know what I'm saying? Most of these people, you know, when they get on these interviews, they have a publicist, man. They're telling them what to say. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is.
You know what I mean? But like I said, it is what it is, though. It's going to be a very interesting. Like this Puerto Rico, are you getting the Scorpio, or are you just going to get the Xbox One S?
Xbox One S.
No Scorpio?
Fuck no, I ain't paying fine.
That nigga no casual's gonna go buy a Scorpio if they can.
What's your name? Rock Juicing? This motherfucker tight.
You think I'm paying $500 system? Get the fuck out.
This motherfucker don't even have he don't even have doorknobs in his house, bro.
Nah, bro. I'm like Chris Rock in fucking what's that movie? Fucking
I'm gonna get you sucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you sucker. Yo, can you slap that shit on my hands for a dime?
Yeah, I'm like,
hey, Puerto Rico getting an Xbox One. I think we're asking for a miracle, though. I think that's just what I think. So.
What happened? What you say?
I said that Puerto Rico is getting an Xbox. I think that's a miracle right there.
Shit, you got a PS4. That was a motherfucking miracle.
Anything's possible, yeah. If you got a PS4 for real.
Motherfuckers going R. Kelly on fucking the Twitter and shit.
I pick on you. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Drip, drip, drip.
You and Donald Trump share something in common.
I ain't gonna lie, ATV, you was missing that toilet like a motherfucker.
Yo, I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at on Twitter? And then I saw he tagged Andrew House. I'm like, yo, this dude is crazy. Andrew House woke up, bitch. I drive a Maserati and I'm looking at a motherfucker pee. And you wonder why I don't talk to you motherfuckers.
Oh man, he got his Trump on, man. Trump box for life, bitch. Said no. People said no. You're fake news. Tell them, no, you're fake news.
You get an Xbox, I applaud you because you've denied it all generations. So at least I said that if I found a reason to buy one, I would buy one.
Porter Rock said he would eventually get one.
For the scale,
there's no reason why you don't at least own an Xbox Classic, man. You need to get yourself one of them Xbox One Classic consoles there. Do you know what I'm saying? How much is the original Xbox One out there?
They have them by like 150.
I don't know if
like I think they're 199.
I ain't buying out that Xbox One.
No, get an Xbox One S. I have two of them.
That's a nice looking. Oh my god.
Who's got two of them?
I do.
Who in Xbox you really don't have two of these motherfuckers? Tim Dog got like 80 of them and shit.
I got two Xboxes,
and I have a Halo 5 console.
But two Xbox One S's, that's too crazy, man. That's crazy.
No, I have an Xbox and an Xbox.
And I have one in my bedroom.
We was talking earlier, bro. You said you was about to get that white PlayStation 4 Slim.
Fine.
Yeah, but that's different. That's totally different, nigga.
What?
How?
Because I'm doing it unboxing.
He's trying to get.
So, he's gonna do unboxing, and he's gonna fucking take it right back.
No. I'm gonna put it in the studio.
Yo, you gonna pull Poppy G4? They say Poppy G4 be unboxing shit and taking it back. Yo, these motherfuckers is crazy. Somebody took a picture of him in line, returning the shit he unboxed on YouTube. We all was dead, son.
That nigga MVP, he about to trade 2 goats.
Yeah, Poppy G4, baby. So that nigga returned that shit back to Best Buy. So I can't get jiggy with this shit.
That nigga turned in that fucking PlayStation and put a VCR in there instead, bro. That's crazy. Hey, then the clerk trying to open. He's like, no, fam, it's all there. Don't worry. What the fuck are you doing?
that freaking PlayStation was compounded inside that box. Like I had to rip it apart. Shit was not as easy to get to as the Xbox, like actual like packaging shit.
So have you played the PlayStation yet, or did you simply buy it just to PP on it?
I simply bought it just to piss on it, to be perfectly honest.
This motherfucker.
I left my friend to play it.
You didn't play nothing?
You let him play a Chrissy Council? What the fuck, T-Reaper?
Yeah, that's why I bought it, man. I told you if I found a reason to buy one, I would buy one. And sending that shit to Andrew House was just funny.
So wait, in between of you buying 6 to 10 Xbox One S's, you didn't find a reason to get a PS4 Pro, PlayStation to piss on it then? In between?
Nah, because it actually got into my head when we were doing our show last fall. I was like, I gotta do a New Year's joke, but what's the biggest New Year's joke I can do that would flip everybody to hell?
Well, what do you think that'd be? April Fools? Oh no, that's
Hey,
no, you're gonna see my April Fool's joke because the April Fool's joke is coming. I said this on Tuesday. It is coming, but it's gonna be different.
Don't kill. The only thing I say, don't kill yourself.
Pass and shit on it.
It's got something to do with shit, Porter Rock, but it's gonna be an April Fool's joke.
Yo, ass, you were about to go.
You are gonna get banned from YouTube.
The last thing I want to see, 16-year-old's ass shitting on a PS4.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not. I'm gonna take a slab of peanut butter and I'm gonna mold it into a shit and then make a meme and then send it to Andrew House.
Oh my gosh.
I blame this on Xbox. Game sucked so bad. It drove this kid.
I don't know, man. Sony ain't that bad. Shit. Oh my gosh.
Play some Uncharted.
This is what happens when you don't have any.
No, Uncharted is trash. I have Uncharted 1 through 4, and I have God of War. Uncharted is trash. I had to pay my friend to beat it. It was boring as all hell.
This is what happens.
It was a Tomb Raider version of Indiana Jones. That's what the fuck that shit is.
This motherfucker.
No, not that we don't have any exclusives. He just beats him in 5 minutes. That's all, bro. He finishes him fast.
Yeah, but the shit was so boring. I didn't even want to beat it myself.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, I can agree there. It is pretty boring. I agree there.
Nah, but the only one that I think when I find time is going to be God of War.
Like on Xbox. What are the games you play on Xbox?
Right now I only play Halo 5 right now. That's the only thing I honestly play daily.
Are you being serious?
But I have everything. I have everything, and I beat everything. So
no wonder you are insane. If I played Halo 5 every day, I'd be crazy.
I honestly play it. I play it to get better.
That game gets constant support.
What do you do?
I'd be pissing on my PS4. I'd be pissing on my cat. I'd be pissing on everything. Yeah, man.
Hey, if I had to play Uncharted's multiplayer, bro, I'd have been shot myself in the head, bro.
Yeah, the multiplayer is.
Well, the thing is, I didn't even activate my PSN account. I activated, but I didn't pay for it. So it's like I created one, but I don't pay for it. I'm not going on that PSN shit. You'd actually have to pay me to do that.
Damn.
So right now it's just in the closet collecting dust now.
Oh my gosh. Yo, send it my way, man. I'll disinfect that shit.
No,
It's the extremist.
Wow, you have to exercise that shit, man.
This
guy played.
That's not healthy for your gaming nature, man.
He's really pissed on that because there was steam coming off that piss. Steam.
I don't ever want it to be just a Microsoft world because they're gonna stop being innovating and it's just gonna become stagnant and.
Well, when
if we're crying now, it's gonna be worse then.
Hell, then I'll go to PlayStation.
And I wouldn't want Sony to rule the day either because then all the stuff that I love about Xbox would go the way of the doodoo bird.
Let me ask you a question.
It's just
let me ask you guys. We can close the show with this. Let me ask you guys a question. And even the people in the panel, shout out to y'all rocking out with us. This question is for you guys too. I read up some of your responses here. You just said now, D, that you wouldn't imagine a gaming world with just Microsoft and Sony. Could you imagine a gaming world with just Nintendo?
Oh my goodness!
Close this.
That's come on. You're going way too far now. Way too far. You're doing the most now. Come on.
I'm just saying. The land of depression right there.
That'd be depressing. That would be depressing.
Yeah,
that'd be depressing.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, you see a lot of casualties if that was the case, bro. Everybody having their noses up in that fucking mic screen, bro. I'm telling you, everybody get hit by cars.
No, let's say there was no PC gaming and nothing like that, just Nintendo. I would take up like 4K or some shit. You'll see my channel on how to knit sweaters and shit.
I'd be like, hey, Porter, you got that floppy disk of Doom? Yeah, bro.
If that was the case, I might actually leave my house once in a while.
I'll be playing tic-tac-toe or some shit. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man, you playing that now with the PSN?
Yeah, and then you have rings under your eyes like Black Bond. Fuck that PC shit, man.
I will go PC real quick. I will go PC real quick. Over Nintendo? Real quick.
Oh, well,
what was it? Animus Killers or some anonymous killer? I'm sorry. He says Zaire is going to be shocked when his Switch sells more than a Scorpio. So you guys think the Switch is going to outsell
It
the
might.
Xbox?
That could happen. It could happen. It's cheap
There's
as
not
fuck.
enough though.
No, we
But
won't know.
wait. You guys heard about that? The Switch, 20 to 30 copies max at GameStop. So
No way.
yes, 20 to 30 is the max. 20 is minimum. So we'll see.
If Nintendo are doing that fucking shit again, I'm done with them, man. And I'm on bother.
But
They need to
that's
stop
facts,
trying
bro.
to do that fake hype.
Here's the truth, though. We won't never know, like Scorpio says, because they're not gonna advertise that. It's gonna be Xbox consoles, just like what Sony did. It's just
They're shipping out.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you buy a Scorpio or Xbox One S in November.
Yeah,
you're in Xbox ecosystem, so it doesn't fucking matter what you choose. You know what I'm saying? Same thing like November. Majority of sales was obviously the Slim, but Sony don't give a fuck because you're gonna buy a game no matter what, whichever one you chose, Slim or Pro. You're playing Sony games now, and you're gonna buy third party on that platform, so they're gonna make money either way. You know, it's not like
I want to see them Scorpio numbers, man, because I want to make sure my.
You're not gonna show it. You're not gonna see it.
No, it's a brand now.
It's just a brand. Yeah, you're not gonna see it. Yeah. It's just one family. That's it. That's all they're gonna show. Xbox, whatever.
But still by the sales, we should still know the impact of it, though.
When that shit's $500.
It's not going to be $500. It's not going. They might have a $500 SKU, but they're going to have a $400 SKU.
Why do you think it's going to be $400? Considering this, look at the Pro, right?
Because of the market. It's very simple. If us fucking peons can figure out that $500 is too expensive, I don't think Microsoft is that fucking stupid to price it at $500 out the gate. They're going to have a $400 model. They've already come out and said that it's not going to be something outrageous, something that we haven't seen before. Now, logic dictates how much is the PS4 Pro at?
It was $400, and it barely had any upgrade.
The PS4 Pro is at $400. Now, if Microsoft releases the Scorpio at $400, that's going to force the PS4 Pro to drop down to $350. Because believe you me, they ain't ready to drop down to $300. So they're going to drop to $350. Now you're going to have the base Scorpio model coming out at $400 that is infinitely more powerful than the PS4 Pro, which is rocking new hardware that is infinitely more powerful than the PS4 Pro for $50 more. What do you think people are going to get? You think they're going to get the fucking Pro or they're going to get the Scorpio?
No, but listen to what you're
saying.
They might
get the Pro, actually.
No, but listen. No, wait. This is what you're saying. The Pro launched at $400 with barely new hardware. The only thing that was really new was the GPU. You're going to tell me for the same price, the Scorpio with brand new architecture all the way through is going to be the same price?
Yeah.
$400 with,
yeah, because Microsoft was fucking smart. Microsoft helped.
No, they are not.
Microsoft helped pay for the Microsoft helped pay for the R&D for Vega. Remember, a long time ago, we heard about $1 billion that they poured into AMD. Well, it was for all these new architectures. They helped do the R&D for it. So they're going to get a good bulk deal where they're going to get these chips at a good rate. And they're going to be able to come at this price because AMD, everybody knows AMD with NVIDIA, they're always priced much cheaper. They're always cheaper priced, their GPUs. Microsoft will get a good deal. I think the Scorpio is going to come in at $400 and up.
So it was the way you said good rate?
And I don't think so. That shit's $5.
No, I mean, you're hoping and wishing that shit's $5 because you know it. If that shit comes in at $400, PS4 Pro is fucking dead.
I agree. But look at logically. Look at the hardware we had now. The Xbox One S launched at $300, and it barely had anything fucking upgraded.
Well, I'll give you
the Pro barely has anything upgraded, and it's $400. You're telling me Zen and Vega is $400 too?
I'm going to give you full disclosure here. I'm actually a stockholder at AMD, so I pay really deep attention to what's going on over there. And yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
We'll find out in June.
Cool that motherfucker, you pineapple eating ass.
We're gonna find out in June.
And simple research would kind of point you towards that direction. Like I said, I'm a stockholder, so I follow everything. I follow all their interviews. I follow all their quarterly reports. I follow all of their tech reveals. Trust me, it's gonna come in at a really cheaper price point because it's gonna replace Polaris when it comes out.
So $400 with Ryzen CPU and Vega GPU.
Yes.
Okay.
They just released this week some benchmarks for a 4-core 4-thread Zen CPU. So yeah, my nigga, yeah.
All right. All right.
You
heard it here first, Putin. Fuck that. You heard it here first, Carbone. You heard it here first. Fuck it, man. Like I said, man. Is anything else you guys want to get off the chest before we get off the air? I gotta go put my pajamas on and get ready for this Nintendo Switch media briefing.
Yeah, I'm about to put my Mario onesies on. Can't wait.
How about we meet back here for part 2 after the conference?
You only say that it's on the West Coast, so it's like 9 o'clock over there by the time it's done.
Yeah, I mean, all right, bro. All right, but so this will be the last one we go. Are you guys expecting anything to knock our socks off at this presentation?
Some good third-party games, some good third-party exclusives. I reckon if they are showing games today, they're gonna have some good third-party. They're gonna have some good third parties, but if they're not, they're gonna have some cool features that we,
Give me a new experience. Give me something that I haven't played before. Give me that feeling that I had when I was 12 years old and I had to go get the latest shit, man. Like they gotta wow me, man. They really gotta wow me.
Well, I guess let's say Laura Baker or Laura Croft leaked some stuff today. Well, not leaked. I think she's been. I just seen it. I don't really follow Nintendo shit, but it's going to have a share button on it. Whatever. I don't know if that's for Facebook, GIFs, or what. It's going to have a share button.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, that's for YouTube.
It's probably to share your friend code.
Damn, double. But yeah,
hey, you went hard on that one,
yeah. Listen, I'm just letting you guys know, man. For those of you guys that have been rocking out with Nintendo for this long, and y'all keep thinking this is gonna be the console, this is gonna be it. Chopsticks down.
This will be it though. This will make or break them.
Now, don't wait. Also gonna be around. You got motherfuckers like Dr. Trey, we dancing and shit. They ain't going anywhere. You know, I'm gonna say this before we get the hell out of here. I always got a true story to tell. So when the Wii wasn't doing well, right? When it was obvious and shit wasn't selling, when Sam's Club and everybody was trying to dump their stock in the UK, right? So I might find an audio, I might upload this shit. I was like, so Trey, what are you gonna do? Like Nintendo just go belly up. He said, well, I'll leave YouTube. I said, you leave YouTube? Yeah. He said, yeah, nigga, I'm a pro Nintendo channel. I said, what the fuck? I said, "Oh man, this nigga here weird." But yeah, I don't know.
It'd be the same dudes that be having fucking stickers, have their damn stickers of Mario with a bandana around his neck. That's crazy.
I just don't know what the attraction is to Mario games. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe if I was 20 years younger, I could tell you.
I don't know how you can go from playing The Witcher 3 to playing Yoshi Land. I just don't see the connection. I don't, man. But
hey, don't limit yourself, man. Play it all. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know. But
just keep those guys away from the schools. Just keep those guys.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I am a mature gamer.
Oh yeah. Word of the day. I'm not legating that.
Legate that. But thank you guys for rocking out with the multiplayer podcast. And I may come back here later on after the Switch reveal and say how I really felt about it. I'm not expecting much. Hey, yo, listen, I'm telling you, this should be dog shit. My man D gonna get that work.
Oh, you know, K Mega, he's gonna set us up on fire, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, K Mega, man. He out there, that motherfucker in the backwoods drinking beer pussy. Yo, Jabari called that motherfucker the black Elmer Fudd. Yo, I spit my coffee out of my mouth. I said, oh shit. You know his Bama ass from Oklahoma and shit be out there hunting and shit, raccoons and shit. Yo, I was done, man. Yo, listen.
Shout out to K Mega, man.
I'm gonna leave the links down below. Check out the Facebook groups and all that good stuff and everything that we do. D, Porter Rock, P Reaper, you know what I mean? My man B Shadow's got a great channel. Some of the best content up on YouTube. My man B Shadow takes it to another level. But we out of here. We'll catch you guys. I may come back later on, but yeah, we out though.
Hey,